When you put the world together, what's happening in the world today is very simple. It's called communism everywhere. It's all.
Why you say it's
The Blessed Virgin Mary in 1917 said in Fatima, Portugal, Russia was about as powerful as El Salvador, right? And that Russia will spread her errors throughout the entire world as a punishment for our sins and turning against us. And that happened in 1917. Russia couldn't even take care of itself. It was one of the weakest countries on the planet. What do they have? A revolution. And they spread that revolution to China. They spread it to the United States. This is essentially already by law and by infiltration already a communist. It's just right now it's becoming visible.
So it's violence form versus non-violent form, right?
Right. Well, actually, the non-violence, I believe it was Trotsky who said in the 1960s, at that time, already the 1960s, before he died, he was interviewed, and he said, in America, they're becoming communists without bloodshed. They're becoming communists without bloodshed. So maybe there'll be no bloodshed in America. And Trotsky said, there's no such thing as an unbloody war. Even though the Americans are accepting communist ideology peacefully and accepting communist laws, step by step, the time will come when there will be blood even in the America. And that's now. Like I met a man from South Africa about 6 months ago, and he said he feels like he's back at home now. He feels homesick because now this is just like South Africa in 1980s.
Some of my Chinese friends also saying something. You come here for freedom. Now I feel like a cultural revolution.
I feel like I'm back at home. Yeah. We came here for freedom, but the problem is that we've allowed them to get into the laws, and they're playing on lust, playing on ignorance. The modern the modern education system is designed to destroy our minds. And you're going to give you pleasure, 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 and then you give away your rights, you give away your freedoms, and then all of a sudden, it's like when Pinocchio went to Pleasure Island. He went to Pleasure Island, but it turned out it wasn't that nice of an island. It was going to be really great in the beginning, and then they all turned into a bunch of donkeys. And that's exactly what's happening to us right now. But I know that the problem is that the Supreme Court consists of 9 human beings who are easily manipulated and controlled by money, by threats, and by influence from the bad guys. And so the truth has never been that important. And so it's going to be the pressure from heaven that's going to make the difference, not the pressure from earth. Because you can see the communism. It's all over America. It's all over Canada. It's all over the Europe, Asia, Africa, everywhere. The communist ideals, the whole world has turned red. And so we can't fight it just by saying, I am anti-communist. We have to replace it. And that's going to happen. It is going to happen soon. And, that remember when the world was in a very bad shape 2,000 years ago, and the followers of Jesus Christ abandoned him. And he died on a cross and was crucified, and then victory came.